Hey, what the heck? Sorry, guys. Yes, as I've definitely already told you about this land, I told you that we'll be making a lot of educational videos. If you watched our previous video yesterday, in which we released just yesterday, I told you about my lovely neighbor, which gave me these seeds. This one is definitely spinach and two kinds of spinaches, definitely. Yes, guys, and this is my backyard. In my backyard, I'm planning on doing some subsistence farming. What is subsistence farming? When we move into economic geography, that is what you will begin to learn. All right, guys. There are four economic structures in which makes our economy to strive, right? And our first important economic structure, it is the primary sector, right? Primary sector, it is definitely uh, categorized in two forms, right? There's definitely agriculture. If there's agriculture, what does that tell you about primary sector? It definitely tells you that primary sector mainly focuses on the extraction of raw materials. The extraction of raw materials from our very own soil. Yes, guys, we are behind our garden. We'll be doing some planting very soon, right? Okay. If there is agriculture, there is also different kinds of minerals. There is minerals in which we eat, such as food, and there's also those minerals we are always fighting for in this world, right? We know these minerals are coming from the mining industries. So we have agriculture and mining, and because of I'm nowhere near a mine right now. Actually, I am near a mine. We'll go through our nearest mine so that we could learn about mining. But then currently, because of I'm just behind my very own shack, this is just behind backyard. So the agriculture, it is differentiated in two forms. There's this first one in which we'll be doing today, which is called the subsistence farming. Yes, guys. This is our subsistence farming. This is the subsistence farming. The subsistence farming definitely speaks on its own. It is a small scale. I said we are going to be doing subsistence farming, and you can see I do not have any acres and acres of land. That means it is small scale, right? When we're talking about subsistence, we're talking about small scale farming. Small scale farming. Okay. Then there's obviously the second one, which is called commercial farming. The commercial farming is for obviously those white men. I cannot say those white men, but then it is obviously for most of people that want to make profit. It is all about profit. Commercial farming, we need to get into commercial farming as black people as well. Yes, guys, commercial farming definitely speaks about large scale. We know geography, guys. If you know one characteristic, you will definitely know the other. Yes, guys, now that we can see our very easily break down primary sector, we now have to go through some visual education whereby we'll be taking these seeds into one of these beds here. I'm not sure which bed I'm going to be using. Yep, we are going to. I'm not sure. I wanted to maybe do a poll before I choose a bed, but then it seems like it's not going to be happening. So we'll definitely choose one bed in which we'll be taking these spinaches and learning how to actually start farming, subsistence farming. We know the advantages of subsistence farming. We'll speak about the advantages and disadvantages after planting some seeds. Okay, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Why? Because of a lot of visual education will be coming. Definitely, this is our plot before we start farming. I definitely wanted to hold some kind of a poll, but then it seems like it's not going to be happening. So definitely, I will have to choose which bait I'll be using. Okay. Yes, guys. First thing we identify, as you can see, this is my equipment. Meaning, as a subsistent farmer, I do not have pretty much equipment or machines, right? but then I will also be using my hands because of I do love to speak with the soil. Maybe when you speak with your soil, a lot might come through, right? So I was very much busy. It took me maybe a few weeks to make this bed as smooth as it is right now, right? So we'll try to plant something right now. You will just see me maybe plant just a row. We'll plant just a row together and try to water that row because of I can't do a whole video with you planting this whole thing. So this is going to be precious. Ah, nice. Right. Precious. So they said I must definitely add just one singing. Right, one. One. Right. Yeah, so add one. Add one. You add one there. Open again here. And here. Try to definitely one. Just the same. One. 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 Right. You see, maybe we can say two. 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 Okay, so as you can definitely tell, just going to do a simple closure, right? A simple closure, simple closure. Yes, guys, now what's left is definitely to water this part. So let's water, and then I think that will be the end of our journey for me and you, but then I have to continue by myself. Hey, it's going to be a long one. Okay. Yes, guys, I don't know. Someone borrowed me this thing. He said I should use it as a filter, right? So I can't disclaim their names and stuff like that. So this is what I have to do. I don't know who's the owner of this filter, but I think it's definitely working on my favor. So I think this is done. I think the leveling here is not the best because as you can see, all this water is definitely meaning the gradient is not the same, guys. We know about the gradient. If we can see, this water is definitely flowing faster, meaning here it is much steeper than here, meaning we have to try and level the ground here. Maybe add some soil there, decomposition, right? Decomposition, add some decomposition so that we could try and level up the gradient or the slope. And then we do our thing. Okay. It seems like there's some rapids here happening, or what do they call it? What is this? What is this? What is happening now? I forgot this most important word, which is this is a fluvial landform, guys. If you do remember it, please drop it on the comment down below. You do think I do? You definitely, if water is coming from an upper course going into a lower course and there's something happening other than rapids, what is that? Give it to me on the comment section down below. Okay, guys, let's try to bring the camera back to my face. How are you? I'm using the sun to look like a yellow bone, guys. I'm not looking like this real life, so please look closer if you definitely want to see Sam Numzat. So yes, guys, thank you for being with me in this lesson. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. Why? Because we are going to be bringing more education like this. I have to continue with my vegetation and planting here. So see you later, guys. Okay. Yes, guys, I'm sorry to cut this video short. I have to continue with planting this food because of it will be sustaining me. What are the advantages of me doing that? Definitely the advantages are that I will be no longer spending so much money in buying vegetation, meaning I'm improving my standard of living by doing that because of now I have some more money in the pocket to do other things, right? And then also, if maybe I do have surplus, I can get some smaller nyana cash, not planning on selling, but then I can, right? It's something that you can get as a subsistence farm, but then you won't be getting profit on a large scale, but then you can get some portion of money, right? And then improve maybe employment, such as maybe your kids can maybe sell, right? Because of subsistence farming is not only about vegetation, guys. You must remember there is poultry farming right there, right? I will be having some chickens coming through, so you must definitely have that in mind. You might have chickens for eggs, and that is definitely subsistence, surviving, and also the surplus you can sell to the community. Yes, guys, and that will obviously improve the shops, right, of the community, because of they no longer have to travel to distance in order to stock maybe eggs or something like that. You do have them in your backyard. That improves the economy, or let me say the community's economy. And what are the disadvantages? The disadvantages are that what are the disadvantages? The disadvantages are that it can definitely not come out, right? Whatever you're planting cannot come out. And if it doesn't come out, that means you are not sustainable, right? You made a loss, right? More than a profit. You are going to starve. It's not like it's a business venture whereby if a business fail, but then at home there's still food. We are obviously looking at this food to survive and to obviously lower your expenses. So if they do not come out just as we did our farming right now, and those spinach do not come out, that will be a disadvantage in our side, because of there's lots of energy we've used in doing this, right? Yes, guys, so you might also think of many other disadvantages. I cannot think of a lot right now, because of I think there's a lot of work I need to do, right? You saw there's a lot of work I need to do. So make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Why? Because of we'll see a lot of these kind of videos, visual education at its best. This is going to be the largest educational platform in the country. Believe that. Yes. Okay, as you definitely saw us planting and making a living. So the question is, Semnumzane, what are the advantages and also the disadvantages of subsistence farming? All right, let's start with the advantages. The advantages are very much the greatest, is that you do not pay tax, guys. You know, when you go to a grocery store, there's always tax involved that you pay. But then when you have your own crops, whose tax are you paying? Okay, let's move forward. It seems like in this area there's some sound. It seems like it's a Sunday or something like that. So the second disadvantage is the fact that, meaning you are improving your standard of living now, right? You are having more money to save because of you have your own vegetation. Okay, and then the third advantage is the fact that you can be able to keep your soil fertile, because of if you are planting vegetation, that means you are keeping your soil malnourished. It is very beautiful. Okay, let's now come into the disadvantages. The disadvantages is that the government definitely loses its revenue, right? The government loses its revenue because of you are not paying tax. You are obviously eating from your garden. That's a disadvantage. The second disadvantage is that it is very difficult to manage what can I say, pest control, because of you are mixing your vegetation all over the place because of the small scale land that you have, right? It can also be an advantage that you can be able to easily control pests, and you can also not be able to because of you mixing your vegetation. Okay, guys, and then the third disadvantage is that employment is not improving. Okay, maybe you are improving employment within the family members because of maybe your niece might be keen to sell the crops in which you decided to plant. Okay, but then when it comes to the community standard, you are not increasing or decreasing any unemployment. So yes, guys, those are the advantages and the disadvantages. You can definitely add them by yourself. So make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Why? Because of will continue delivering on visual education. And obviously touching our very own soil. Yes, guys.